just for your information, I'm not going to put a bunch of annoying music to fill this video to make it an 8-minute video at the end. So what you see right here, you're going to get 100% of video and not some stupid filler music at the end. This woman right here is lying. I'm going to tell you the reason why I think that, but let's listen to her and her little smug looking face.
So the company that driver in Ontario worked for, Mathau in Sacramento, yo, what? I just passed their yard. They done took the sign off the wall. They're over there covering up all the names. Them mugs already got a new DOT on MC. Damn, that's crazy. They got all their trucks in there right now. They're covering up trailers right now, getting rid of the name. Man, some shady shit, y'all.
Like, you're over here just trying to get some views, and congratulations, you got some views, but doggone, hey, how come you didn't take video? How come you didn't take pictures? The videos that we've seen, and the trailer doesn't even have any writing on it. I mean, I'm calling you out. You're lying through your teeth. I'm not going to sit here and play politically correct and say you're not lying. You're lying. This woman's lying just for views and taking advantage of the situation. I mean, I get it. Go get yours. You ain't getting paid though. So this guy right here, his name is Craig Fuller. And he's got me blocked on X for some doggone reason. I mean, I'm probably too opinionated for some people. Okay, and I just kind of stand on what I think at the time. All right, so that's probably the reason why he has me blocked. But that's all right. We're still going to use this, and I actually agree with him on this. I mean, imagine that. A guy that blocks somebody for being very opinionated gets on this podcast right here and gets really opinionated. Let's take a listen.
I have no issue with the people. I have issue with the government, and I have issues with the ATA continue to tell people there's a truck driver shortage. Like, be honest.
Be honest.
Tell people that there is no truck driver shortage, because what you're doing is you're lowering the quality of life for every other trucking driver that's here.
I'll tell you the reason why they're pushing a driver shortage, and what the ATA is doing. Harvey Beach sent me some stuff right here that I'm going to show you guys after this little clip. But it's not only that, they're still pushing for foreign drivers. There's proof. I've already shown the proof, with the foreign drivers, how they support the foreign drivers. But they also support autonomous trucks.
Veteran truck drivers that are working hard, looking for mobility, they're making a living. A lot of these guys have filed bankruptcy. A lot of them entered our industry during the peaks of COVID and took out a lot of personal debt and have suffered from this endless supply of capacity. It's an economic backwater. And what we also have is contribute to a massive problem of safety on the roads.
Yeah. I mean, here's a thing that's proof that there is no driver shortage. You can sit here and look at numbers all day and do all that kind of stuff, which is cool. I'm not slamming anyone for that, but it's just some common sense right here. If there was an actual driver shortage, there'd be freight left at the dock and rates would be higher. That freaking simple. And your pay would be, the company drivers' pay would be up because there'd be such a demand. You try to get freaking truck drivers into trucking school. But there is no driver shortage. Absolutely not. It's common sense whether you're a numbers guy like this guy is, looking at numbers, or you're a freaking common sense like I am.
The ATA has accountability here. And 100%. Look, I have been talking about the fact that there is no truck driver shortage for some time, but it's clearly in the data that the ATA's propaganda of telling the public, Congress, that there's a truck driver shortage has damaged and forever damaged our industry. Yeah. And everybody that runs a motor carrier should be absolutely enraged at what's happening. It's a disaster. It's a travesty.
100% agree. A couple of months ago, I told you guys I was at a meeting, with some trucking company owners, well-known trucking company owners, and ATU made this, American Truckers United, made a presentation to these guys, and they were just overwhelmed by all the information. A lot of these guys didn't know, but they kind of spoke their testimony. These guys, a lot of these trucking companies you drive for, they're that big, are losing millions and millions of dollars. Generational wealth gone kaput. Okay? And so it's not just drivers that are suffering, it is these carriers that employ the drivers.
And I don't care what your background is. If you work in the trucking industry, you should be absolutely appalled. And they need to be called to account.
I just want you to see how close ATA is to the US DOT. That is the US DOT building. This is the American Trucking Association. If they have a problem with the FMCSA, they can walk right there and say, hey, would you fix labor dumping in the American trucking industry? They literally just have to walk across the street. Everyone else has to fly across the country.
That video courtesy of Shannon Everett of American Truckers United pointing this thing out, and it just tells you exactly the reason why trucking has been going downhill for so many years, for decades, and just in their last recent 10 years at least, it's really gone downhill is because of this, the corruption. And if you think the ATA is done, think again. Hey, look at this. Harvey Beach sent me this. He would post it on his X as well. This is from American Trucking Association's ATA, who we've been talking about. A guy named Chris Spear. This is what he looks like in my little world. I'm just sitting there saying. He is the president and CEO of American Trucking Associations and responsible for half the crap that's going on in the industry. By the way, this clown has never driven a truck a day in his life. Not even associated with trucking until he got this job. Not even a part of a trucking company. This guy comes from a complete different background. But he stated back in 2023, February 1st, 2023, that wasn't that long ago, a couple of years ago. He says, in many parts of the country, there are substantial concentrations of ICs, independent contractors, performing vital supply chain services. Sikh drivers in Northern California, Somalian drivers in Minnesota, etc. They are as much as part of the trucking industry and supply chain as every employee truck driver, as their choices should be respected. Think about that. With all the guys, the Sinks, the Durkas, or the Somalians, the guys that go, those guys, and to sit here and say, that these guys are important to our industry. Well, I mean, is this important? I mean, I'm just sitting there saying, is it maybe important to you? And he goes on to say in a different thing, again, this is from Chris Spear. This is from American Trucker, the ATA, the American Trucking Associations. May a foreign driver with an employment authorization document obtain a CDL and operate a CMB in the United States? Their guidance says, yes, a foreign driver holding an employment authorization document or unexpired foreign passport accompanied by approved customs and border, blah, 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 may obtain non-domicile CDL. See, a non-domicile CDL was not supposed to be for foreign drivers. It was for, say, if you lived in Texas like I do and you went to go start trucking in Prime in Missouri, you could go and get your, you could do and test out. That's how Prime does it, right? If you went to Prime, that's what happens. And you get a non-domicile CDL. It's for, for that, right? Like, just exactly like that. Not to be abused by the ATA, okay, to bring in foreign drivers, and this is exactly how the ATA does. And I'm surprised that not as many people have seen this and call this guy out or call ATA out. But this is 100% happening. And by the way, it was also asked by Craig Fuller in another X post that I was blocked on. Craig Fuller, unblock me, doggone. That way I could share your stuff out. You're preaching gospel out here. But I recently spoke to an ATA member, a high-ranking member in the ATA, and they appreciate everything that I do here on Bonehead Truckers, everything that American Truckers United does. But it's like, how come you're still up there? And it's just like, I don't know. Is it the mafia? I'm just sitting there saying, I mean, well-respected people. But hey, since you've lasted this long, 10 minutes in, and I'm not giving you annoying music at the end here, I'm going to give you more clips. How about them there marbles?
Congressman Miller, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Great to see you. I want to talk to you about your initiatives to build on what Secretary Duffy is working on. And I understand that you are proposing some legislation called Stop Aliens from Evading Driving Laws Act. I assume it's to make permanent the measures that he is kind of bringing into place under this administration. But tell us more about your legislation and what you hope to accomplish.
Illinois has one of the most significant transportation networks in the country. I've been going to truck stops in my district and asking the cashiers how many of the truck drivers speak no English, and every single time they say almost all of them. So this incentivized me, and seeing the accidents and meeting with families, to put this bill together that has teeth in it, is going to rescind transportation dollars to sanctuary states in particular that are ignoring these laws. Our governor in Illinois is ignoring the laws. They're issuing not only driver's licenses, but CDL licenses to illegals.
You know, I tell you what, if you ask my opinion on this, what can be done? A few things can be done. Ban visas, ban non-domicile CDLs, just be done with it. If you're an American citizen or hold a green card, you add that in. Okay, a lot of people do that. If you're those two, you can get you a CDL. Speak English, obviously. But outside of that, but I think that when you get your CDL, it should be federalized. What do you think about that? How about we do this? One more clip just for you guys hanging out here. I'm sure you guys have seen this already, but maybe you haven't. We were going to put this on Bonehead Truckers of the Week for tomorrow, but I've already got that done like 2 days ago. So let's put this here. You got a driver going down this dead end, instead of, of course, if this guy was an American, I'm pretty confident that he would have done some trick planning and would have just not gone down this road. But now he's going to try to do a U-turn in people's yards. Oh my gosh, this is so freaking dumb. Yeah, those poor people walking the dogs. Oh, that poor fence. Oh, shame on the mess. You see that? Oh, yeah. That's great. That's the driver right there on the top right. Yeah. Dirk, I mean, no speaking no English, I get on my flying carpet. Yeah. This is obviously, see there, Bakersfield, California. How does that surprise any of you? I can't know there, driver. Can't know. Appreciate that, Gavin Newscomb.
Save 20% on Loadboard Pro for 6 months if you click my link. You gotta click my link. You just can't go there and get it. You gotta click my link to do it. You get quick and easy access to live high-quality loads in real time. Negotiate the pay you deserve with industry-leading rate tools and build relationship with trusted brokers. Okay, 6 months, 20% off. You're saving $190 over 6 months. Is how much you're saving. Truckstop.com. That's who Bonehead Truckers is partnered with. Click my link. Just don't go to truckstop.com. You ain't gonna find my link, okay? And you ain't gonna find this deal. All right, so click the link. It's sent there in the description below.